there, partner. Lo and behold, he doesn't pick it up.
Like, out of respect for myself, I'm not gonna drink this shit.
Threw me into a dish. She's like, Mickey Mouse.
Just let the Nile fly, man.
What's the Jesus one? Last Supper style?
Wow.
We are back, and worth the wait for the in-person. There's nothing better than these. Let me tell you, my friend. What's up?
Wow, what's up, Jim? Happy 420, man.
Happy 420.
This really is a special occasion. I can't lie.
It's a special occasion. I wish we were celebrating more, but here we are. We played a nice 18 today. Got into some jits yesterday. We've had ourselves a couple of days here. But I don't know where you want to start.
A lot to catch up on.
Maybe yeah. What were you gonna say?
No. I was actually gonna say we could save a little bit of the golf action and some of that little teaser here.
Okay.
Stay with us past the break.
Let's go.
I want to get straight into a little bit of the NBA playoffs and what you think's gonna happen here, because I've been accused lately by some of my friends that I don't actually watch basketball.
You don't know ball?
I don't watch basketball. That's been the word on the town, is that I just listen to the podcast and I don't actually watch. But NBA playoffs is like the one time of the year that I actually like to watch, because that's when you really see teams like go at each other. You see if someone's
actually play defense. It's the one time a year where they're not just one guy grabbing the ball and saying, "Let me work." You're actually seeing them set shit up. Their guys are playing defense. Offense is tougher. But yeah. I don't know. It's hard to accuse someone of not watching ball, because I would feel.
Let me tell you this, though. They're not wrong, you know?
Yeah, no,
I catch the clips on Twitter, and sure. I stay very up to date with like podcasts and news around the NBA and the legacy of the NBA and the history of the NBA and all these things. But I don't really watch it on a day-to-day basis during a regular season, but I'm trying to lock in for these playoffs.
I like that. But locking in for the playoffs. I feel like that's what everyone does. These guys are accusing you of this. It's like, how many games did you actually watch this season?
Exactly.
But I feel like you're almost more informed just being the podcast guy. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
From all over the place. You can kind of, obviously, you're not having eyes on it to make your own call, but it's like, you got to go to the primary source eventually. As a ball,
which is what the playoffs are for. So I'm really excited, honestly. I'm a little disappointed Wemby's not going to be in it. We'll have to wait for the Olympics on that one. And Dream Team Part 3 just came out. Then the Olympic. The new Olympic team. What do we call it? What are we calling this team?
The Cream Team? I don't know. They're bad. They're not as good as they're a bunch of old guys.
The Lean Team?
I don't know, right? Like, I think we talked about this too the last time we were live with Boog, but at what point is it time for the old guys to step down? I feel like the Olympics is a young man's game. It always has been, right? Like, they started with just the college guys, then it was one college guy, and then it's like, okay, where are we?
That's why I defend Halliburton to the death. I think he should be on the team. And I know there's a lot of Kyrie fans out there. We're out on the golf course earlier. This comes up. Everyone's saying Kyrie is probably the guy.
And Kyrie is probably a better player, but a better NBA player. You get a player for a role on the NBA team, I should say, where there's not as many superstars. We don't need Kyrie being Kyrie during the Olympics.
I agree. We could see Halliburton just sitting in the corner,
right,
knocking it down,
facilitating a little bit, couple extra passes. It's like that feels like way more the fit. Is there anyone you like in the playoffs? Yeah.
I'm trying to wrap my head around who I think is actually going to get it done this year.
Right.
And I'm feeling like the Celtics out of the East are like, they can't, the bottom that they could do, the worst that they could do has got to be the finals, at least being in the finals. Right. Okay. You would think. But I want to go with Milwaukee. Like, something in me tells me like Dame plus Giannis.
It's their year, right? They got Doc. They got a new little change up at the helm. But I feel like Doc can just never win.
So we could go round by round. We got to figure out. It's a long way before they play each other and that type of thing. But out of the East, I like Milwaukee. I'm planting my flag. I think they're plus 800 right now just to make the finals.
That's to make the finals is a pretty nice bet.
Not bad.
I would take that wager. And then
in
out
the
of
West,
it's got to be.
See, Denver can fall.
To who?
I think Denver can fall. Michael Porter Jr.'s little brother just got busted, banned from the league.
Felony DUI, killed a lady.
No, that's the story?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was about the bets.
No, I think he had a felony. He had a DUI and felony manslaughter. You know what I mean? I think that's what came out.
Even more to the point,
right?
Michael Porter Jr. is going to be his head's not going to be in the right space.
Do they need him though?
Can
Jokic get it done by himself? I think he can.
It's all about Jamal.
He doesn't care enough to where I think he would just be like, "Oh, I just play basketball."
I think it's all about Jamal because when they won it, he was going off.
True.
Jamal was averaging like 30 plus. So
right, and I mean,
all right, I'm gonna say it. Lakers gonna give him a little run right here?
Nah, I don't.
I think the Lakers are gonna wear him down. I think it'll go 6, maybe even 7. Nuggets will get the best of the Lakers, but then in the next round they'll be worn down. Mavericks might.
I like the Mavs. Where are the T-Wolves sitting this week?
Ooh, T-Wolves.
I've been talking about it forever. The chemistry within Ant. I mean,
Karl Anthony Towns, they're kind of due. Gobert just to kind of. But Gobert gets exposed, dude.
He does.
No one's more of a fucking defensive player of the year that gets picked on.
But he's a big body. It's crazy how much good he does for a team. He can play 5 minutes a game, but those 5 minutes are so valuable.
His defensive efficiency stats are going to be like through the roof.
The Warriors,
if the
Warriors got Gobert, they would be unbeatable.
He would have been that perfect center for all those Warriors teams. 2015, 2016,
incredible.
2017.
And instead they had to go through him and fucking wear them out. It's crazy. It's crazy what he could have done to the Warriors, right? Like 1-2 good series out of him. The Warriors aren't what they are.
And remember we used to pitch the thing where we want to do like stocks. So like you buy a player's stock, like see where they rise and like that type of stuff. And I know we kind of broke it down to just like gambling, I guess, but it's kind of more like.
Well, Rudy's stock would have taken a huge dip.
But now it's up.
Right. Well, March 2020, when he was touching microphones with
Dude,
COVID, it would have been.
He started COVID.
I would have bought
He genuinely started COVID. Like, before it was like, wait, what's going on with COVID? And then Rudy Gobert did that, and everyone's like, no, COVID's real now.
It's a real thing. Huh? And what's his name is sick. Fucking.
The fucking French.
Crazy.
Yeah,
so I like the Nuggies out of the West. I mean, hard to go against. Realistically, for the Lakers, it's the best setup, right? First round, you're getting more rest days during the first round, more off days.
True.
It's like the
Lakers
best
have everything
potential.
they need to kind of go at them.
But
D'Lo starts cooking.
D'Lo is sick. It's crazy. That's another guy. You start snitching in the locker room. Your stock is falling.
Wait, what'd he do?
With him and Swaggy P? You don't remember?
Yeah. Long time ago.
Yeah. But that's, if you buy that dip, you would have been sitting pretty.
Exactly.
Right now.
Okay, good. Back to the point I was trying to make about that is Zion. I was buying all the Zion dip that I could buy. He's back up. He's back doing it. I think he had one of the best games of his life the other night. Is he not? Is he out this game as well?
I think he's out. Well, he was out one game. So did they already play again?
They haven't played since.
Yeah, so I think
he's out again.
I think he's out again. Well, and that's
that game he got hurt. He was balling.
But
balling.
He's never played a full season anywhere. Like even back in high school, I don't think he played.
Really, he was always that guy.
Always injured.
He
hurt.
He was an All NBA guy at one point though.
Yeah,
I think third team or maybe second team All NBA. So he had, but that was before the game limit.
Before the gains limit, you mean? Jesus Christ. Fucking huge. Well, to be fair, New Orleans is probably the worst place for him to go. They got nothing but
fried food
and beignets.
Yeah.
How do you expect a man
strippers.
not to eat? And strippers. Beignets.
Shout out Mariah Mills.
Who's Mariah Mills?
That's his.
Is that
that's
the
porn star that like him and that he's involved with?
That shit's crazy.
Good stuff all around,
man. What's your move if you're in his position? What's your move if a porn star starts
just
calling you
associating, getting his name tatted on her forehead?
Absolutely bonkers.
I don't know what the deal is.
Do you just ignore it? He's kind of just pretend like it's not happening.
Dude, I think it's like the classic sue and settle thing, you know?
Right.
Just like her own version of it, where it's like she's just gonna
how much
be
do I need
loud,
to give you?
and then he just breaks her off. You know, here's another
That's
10K,
crazy.
here's another 50K, whatever. But I guess ignore it.
Yeah,
You got to go high, man. They go low.
You go high, but everyone on social media is following it. That's the issue.
It's tough.
Everyone loves a good story.
It's tough.
Yeah.
But if you're going Nuggets or the field in the West, give me the field.
Ooh.
You know?
I think I'm taking the
You're taking the
Nugs.
Nuggies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
and then Celtics are the field in the East. I think that's really where
I
we're
think I would
at.
take
We're
the
like
field.
headed toward the Nuggets Celtics.
yeah. No, that does make the most sense. But Milwaukee
I don't
can
think
get
that-
hot. If Giannis
Yeah.
can hit free throws, that's the thing. Like if he's hitting them, he's gonna be
The thing is, he's a little banged up. So
Always
I'm not
is.
saying take your money and go bet the Bucks. But at the same time, it's like, dude, Dame's going to start cooking.
right. Playoff
He's-
Dame is a different.
That's what
beast.
they've always been missing is that closer that's not Giannis, you know?
Dame time.
Middleton's not that guy.
Yeah. No.
So it's like,
I mean, is Thanasis that guy?
he's a great bench guy.
Great bench guy. No,
Great bench
Dude,
guy.
when
One of the
he-
best bench guys in the league.
It's so funny. One of the best in Scalabrine. He
For real.
hit the Sham God one game. The crossover
Mm-hmm.
fucking, and the bench went crazy for him. I was like, damn, that's sick. They love.
You got to love it. You got to have that 12th guy off the bench that as soon as he gets in the game, the walk-on in college.
Exactly.
As soon as
Everyone's
he
just
get,
cheering for
everyone's
him.
cheering.
The special ed kid.
The special ed kid that comes in and hits the three.
and drains the
Shit's
rain man.
Erupting.
But
It's a
yeah,
barn
I mean,
burner.
Have you ever had to be the bench guy? Like, was there ever a time where you're like, well, I'm not playing. Like I can only think of, back in like.
No,
when
when I first played lacrosse and stuff, I was like a second rotation, third rotation guy.
rotations work in the cross. Is it hockey rotations where it's in and out, or is it more basketball stoppage of play? You can come in and out.
I think it's just like pure in and out.
Just
but
like hockey
I
style.
never got a
line
full
changes.
grip of the understanding of that part, like that
Just waiting for
nuance
your
of
number
the
to be
game.
called to get out there.
Yeah, it was more like just get. But
Josh,
you were.
Josh,
I
back
think
in.
they call them like lines.
Yeah,
first
it's a line
line
change. That's what I mean. That's like
line
hockey.
change.
Yeah.
It's like that.
So that's
yeah.
why I wasn't sure if it's like a stoppage of play thing.
But yeah, when I was a kid, I started playing lacrosse, and like in order to be on the A team instead of the B team, I had to play goalie. Or like that was just kind of. It wasn't even
Did you
that.
do it?
I mean, that was the case. Yeah. But it wasn't like a proposition. It was like Pat Bennett, the neighborhood dad. It was just like, all right, you're gonna play goalie. Like you want to
Damn.
play lacrosse?
Your
Your first
goalie.
year, you're playing goalie.
Which is pretty smart too, because it forces you to learn the game. You have to.
It forces you to learn the game, and I think his thing was like, if you play goalie, everyone needs a goalie.
For
no
sure.
one wants to play
Right,
goalie type
right,
shit.
right.
So it's like if
You're gonna be
you
able to find a place to play wherever you go if you want to continue down. Yeah, that's kind of sick.
Exactly.
That's me and Maddie T were talking about earlier today. Was like the best guy on your little league team usually plays shortstop or center field, right?
Yeah.
Like that's one or two. If they're a lefty, they play center field.
I was a great bench guy in baseball. Well, I wasn't even a great bench guy in baseball. I could have been. I could have been. No, in Little League, I was like the bench guy. I was
Yeah.
the right field, and then
Always had a couple
and
snacks
bench.
to share the board.
There was like one player that had to sit on the bench. Like it couldn't be the whole game, but it'd be like right field 4 innings, on the bench 3 innings. That was like
pretty
me.
good, yeah.
Yeah.
At least you're not the 2-in-1 guy. You were
Yeah.
4-and-2 instead of a 2-in-1. That's a
know.
big difference. The
You know the
2-in-1
vibes.
guys are shitbirds, dude. I don't associate with 2-in-1s. 2 innings, 1 bat. No, but we were saying
Are you allowed to put that best player on my Little League team? Like, can I put that on
that
my
should
resume?
be a resume builder.
Yeah,
Like, let me know. Let people know where you
called
stand.
plays in the huddle. Like, does that go on the resume?
It should. I mean, it
I don't
shows
know
you
if
got
that's-
a field presence. You can
Something
command
like
a presence.
that. You know.
No, but we're saying coaches like back in the day, like obviously best player plays there, but like growing, like there's only 9 positions on the field. The best player is not gonna play shortstop their whole life. It's like
I see
at
what
what
you're saying.
point can a coach realize like, hey, you are not gonna grow past 6 feet. Let's maybe try you as second base,
Yeah.
or let's stick you behind the dish. You know what I mean?
It's almost the thing of like a tall kid that plays basketball early, And then it's just you get stuck at center. You grow up to be 5'11".
Yeah, you have no handles, and it's like what the
wait.
fuck? You can't shoot, no handles. And you're like,
and
God
I think
damn.
there's been a lot of progress in like teaching all the kids all the skills, but then it
But
also
even still,
then it fucks it up to where they're not learning like the big man shit. But
I know, but it does piss me off seeing like a big man ball handling at like 8 years old. I'm like, get your ass on the block. But realistically, it's like you're the only guy that has a shot to make it ball handling.
But at
here.
the same time, it's that balance. It's like, all right, say you're an 8-year-old kid, but you hit your growth spurt. You know, like you're the big kid.
True,
right?
true.
One would say, no, still develop because you're going to grow up to be whatever. So if you plan to play basketball at a higher level, then, you know, you're going to want to develop. But also, you're never going to be the tallest kid ever again. These are the glory days, kid. Go put a shoulder.
Right. go put up
you're
a trip
Shaq
dub.
for the next year and a half before everyone else hits puberty.
Damn.
Like, go get it.
Damn, I remember those
Classic.
kids. I mean, I guess you could even say Matty T's an early puberty kid where he was like
Shout out Matty T,
I mean,
man.
Shout out. We just hit 18.
Hey, shout out Tulowitzki, man. My boy
Tulo,
Tyler
married,
Tulo
not
getting
invited
married
to the
this
wedding.
weekend. Hey, I wish I could come, man. I think my invite got lost in the mail. It's not a problem. I wish you and Taylor nothing but love, man.
Taylor Tulowitzki sounds sick.
So swag, man.
That's a sick name.
So swag.
But yeah, it's weird to think about like those kids. They're just gonna end up lost in the sun. Like me, I have no handles. I have a little bit of a shot now, but
but you're still
for
sneaky
having
the
fun.
best basketball player that you know.
No, not that I know. I mean, that's not true.
Yeah, you're still sneaky the best basketball player that any of your coworkers know.
Yeah, that's facts. I don't know if we talked about this. It might have been before we started the podcast, but I got a new boss, and he's like 3 years older than me, and it was supposed to be the role I was taking, right? And then like management said like, no, it's too big of a jump, yada yada yada. I'm like, okay, that's fucked up, but whatever. So this new guy comes in thinking he's like sick, and like his boss, the one that was trying to get me into his role, was like explaining to him the whole situation. He was like trying to be super cool about it. But he's like, you want to go like shoot some hoops or something like that? And this is at Google. And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And so we're shooting, and then
You want to play 1-on-1?
well, exactly. Out of nowhere, like we're done, we're finished up, and like a month earlier we had like an Olympics with our team, so we did like a bunch of different sports, and I just fucking cleaned house. It was like baseball, not baseball, basketball, ping pong. It was fucking. It was like 4 different things. I forget what now, but just like clean. It was like not even close. I was like not trying, but like at the back of your head's like, ooh, you gotta hit this.
Yeah.
But eventually that guy, after shooting, he's like, you wanna just play some horse? And like he was doing all right, like playing. I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Fucking, I think I beat him like H to horse. I like absolutely destroyed him.
What were we pulling out? Bank shots? We're doing
bank
hook
shots.
shots.
And then it was more just like inside the perimeter, and then I would scoot back, hit a 3, and I'd be like surprised myself. And then the final blow I think was over the backboard. I love hitting
those.
And it's like, right away the guy clangs the top, and it's like, hey, put your hand. Hey, thanks for playing, brother.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, put that fucker in his place. It's nothing better. Definitely the best basketball player my coworkers know. I got invited to hoop runs at work, actually.
Tight. You thinking about?
I don't know. They play
Getting
on
back in the
Fridays.
game?
Well, I was telling you, they have courts outside there, but I guess like the workers are super cliquey and like they don't want anyone playing with them, which is fucking odd. But it's like all of us like contractors, like all of like the outside workers, I guess, play together, which is sick. And there's this guy from Wilcox, his name's Mike, but he's 7 feet tall and played football. I was gonna say you might know who
Wilcox
he is.
or Westmont?
Wilcox, I think.
Okay.
But anyway, I didn't know.
Is he ginger?
He's not. It's like a blondish, but he looks like he's straight out of West Virginia.
Yeah.
Missing a tooth or two, and just kind of.
Dude, I'm pretty sure. I mean, yeah, not.
He went to Kansas to play football.
Word.
Yeah, but anyways, he invited me to the hoop runs. He's like, yeah, like. He like saw me.
What a front court!
I know. That's what I said. I was like, if I'm on your team, he's like, dude, we run it. He's like, I'm the best player out there right now. I was like, no shit, you're 7 feet tall, like literally 300. He's just a huge human. He's a D1 football player. He's fucking. It's like no shit, you're the best.
Put
player
that shit
out
up.
there.
I got the boards,
Crazy.
baby. I got the boards.
And I was like, damn, that'd be fun. And then he got his number. Haven't got a text on a Friday yet. And I was like, fuck, should hit him up. But
no, it's just funny. I feel like you've been out the hoop game for so long. And I've been very much hooping literally over these past 5 years that you've been out the game, let's say. I've been hooping like very, very consistently. And I still would not feel good about my chances but going against you.
Yeah,
one-on-one.
yeah,
You still got it. You
That's-
still got it
that's
when
the
you
thing.
need
Like,
it, Jim.
I'm out the hoop.
Don't
game,
forget,
but
Pete.
I got a ball in the back of the car at all times. So it's
I
like,
did see that today.
Yeah.
Very swag.
It's like I can say I'm out the game, but you're never out the game.
Coming off the golf, coming off a fresh 18. Did a little 2v2.
Yes, sir.
Me and Matt Toscano versus the Trough Talk boys.
Me and
Jim
Bug.
and Bug.
And it went. It was
Ended
tough.
in a tie.
Ended in the gayest way possible.
It ended in a tie, which is beautiful and disappointing at the same time. But we're putting our bags away. See the basketball in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not lying.
No, it's always there. That and the podcast sticks. You never know when you're gonna have to set up shop and throw a little recording down.
A good golf vlog would be kind of swag.
I've thought about. There's no easy way to like. I have an iPhone. So like if I had a newer iPhone, you could easily like just get a jack that plug. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's tough. It's tough when work gives you a nicer phone than you have as your personal.
Oh, work gave you a phone.
Yeah,
That's a
iPhone
nice perk.
13. Yeah, it's very nice, and it's like not a. It's like no like I could use it as my personal if I wanted, which is pretty sweet. But
You have two numbers. You have a work number.
yeah, got two phones. But yeah, no, let's we can get into a little golf, or we can
It
get
was
into
good to be out
jiu-jitsu,
there.
or
Yeah.
whatever you want.
What did you? So we went to jiu-jitsu yesterday morning.
Yeah.
What did you think about my skills? I mean, it's been a while. Your skills were much improved.
Yeah, mine were much improved?
Your skills were fucking fluid.
Thank you.
All these
I
different types of
appreciate
fucking locks. Little buggy.
it. The buggy's nice.
The buggy's is dialed. It's dialed.
lethal, and people just never see it coming. They think, "Hey, I got side control. Let me just camp
Literally.
here for a minute." And it's like,
Literally. So
Boy,
what?
you thought.
I mean, quick. What's the defense to that? Like, what was someone supposed to do? You're supposed to posture up,
so you can posture up, but even then, it's like that's just giving me room to slide
Or
under for
turn-
the Darce, right?
turn to
You-
north south. Something
I
like
guess
that.
yeah, north south. If you can get that elbow like
Yeah.
out going into north south, but like the real, what I've learned is the best defense is like preventative is like put your elbow in front of my hip. That way, I can't like get that movement. So if like your
I
elbow's
see.
there, it's like blocking it, and then the real one is just putting your forearm directly in my neck. Like I got your arm here. If you can scrunch it here and just put your forearm and dig it into my neck, then it's turns into a battle of wills quick.
I
And,
see.
a
And
lot
that
of
is
times-
something I noticed out there is like there's a lot of positions where it's like if you hold your own in terms of like your frame in someone's neck or whatever, it's like
Yeah,
it's a choke in itself.
exactly.
You know?
It's uncomfortable. It's gonna make it causes a reaction, and that's
but you got to do it.
100%, or else you're just gonna get fucking smothered.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, I mean, it was fun to have you out there.
It was good to
Shit.
be out there,
To
man.
get the text on, I think it was like Wednesday night, like, what's the jiu-jitsu schedule looking like this week? And being like, oh shit.
I knew you were gonna go a couple times.
Friday.
You're back out there tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow. Yeah. Trying to go 4 or 5 days a week is a pretty solid schedule. Enough time for the body to recover.
Just an open roll tomorrow.
Open mat tomorrow.
Open mat?
Yep. But yeah, no, it was. I mean, it's funny because you can tell right away who used to play sports, and like you can almost guess what sport they played before they came into jiu-jitsu, right?
Yeah.
Like even you yesterday, like we were doing something, and I had like my foot up, and you hit like a line drill where you're like holding like the pass rush, and then you like hit like a gator roll and popped back up.
I did the 360.
Yeah.
They go, the 360.
Which is so funny because I hit that all the time, but it was everyone was like everyone was watching at the time. Everyone like turned their head and was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I know. I didn't know if that made me an idiot, but
No.
it was like,
Well, 'cause, like,
I was like, let me get this side control. Do not throw me back in the
crazy,
guard after
yeah.
I do that shit, Jim. I know you can.
Oh,
Just don't do it.
No, but
So-
because it's like it's frowned upon to do like to ever like have like
Your
turn
back?
your back, right? And so it's like a good guy's gonna chase your back, but if you do it quick enough, and I'm
Yeah.
surprised, like I'll be sitting there in side control sometime, and like a guy has a frame up, and like I'll try and like push it down and like 360 roll to like the top side of him, and it's like everything you're not supposed to do. But I'm like, who gives a fuck? Like, if it doesn't work,
No,
out,
I
it
can
doesn't
see
work
how it's
out.
like, dude. It's like imagine like you won't see a black belt do that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's just what a fucking white belt with his chicken with his head cut off flailing around doing shit like that.
See,
like a black belt just like calmly sits and scoots into it or like
right.
you know what I mean?
See, and that is the thing. But then there are some black belts that are that way, that are just
Yeah.
unpredictable. That's their whole style is unpredictability. It's like you never know what the fuck.
I do like
they're
that
gonna do.
about jiu-jitsu, the creative aspect and just
Big time.
You know,
It
timing.
sounds stupid, but like out of the martial arts, it feels like the most like artistic. You can do your own thing with it
yeah.
more so than a lot. Like striking, you have a lot of leeway, but everything ends
UFC
in,
300.
oh,
I don't think
crazy.
there's been a pod since it dropped.
Yeah,
I think you
there
guys
was
just did the
one,
predictions. You
No,
guys did the
we
reactions?
We did do one right after.
Oh, okay.
But still, I mean,
Gotcha.
crazy. Were you watching the whole thing?
I didn't see the last 2 fights, so I didn't see the
How
Perea
did you not
fight. I had to just
see?
get home.
Feel
Boy,
that. Well,
actually, it was just there was guys there yelling too much for
I
me.
feel that. You're
I was in an
I'm
environment
out.
like I wouldn't have a problem with it, but it was right behind me. Like I'm sitting on the couch, they're standing behind
Just
me,
screaming in
just
your ear.
screaming, just like
I'm good.
yeah, I'm out of here.
And
And it felt like pretty climactic.
yeah,
You know, after the Holloway knockout, it was like, oh,
exactly.
and that's what I came to see, and I'm out of here.
Exactly. Like the girl getting choked out and getting up was kind of crazy. Like she
Yeah.
went fully out, and then like after the bell rung and she was like
Cheek
out
Congo
of it.
style.
Like what the fuck? Like and then the ref sent him back to the corner, and then she ended up fighting
Matt
her
Hughes
ass
style?
off. Yeah.
Swag.
Out sick. But then the last like Boog fell asleep for the last 2 fights. I'm like,
Yeah.
you casual after he was.
I'm a
talking-
casual. I'll
after
admit,
he
I'm a
was talking
UFC
shit.
casual
yeah,
for
which
sure.
is fine to be.
I
but
did
you
see-
can't say one thing and then sleep.
So I did see one thing, which is Kenny got your picks, got Jo picks. Like he asked everyone for their picks for the fight, and then there was one that everyone picked, and that was Lopez.
Oh, Diego Lopes. Yeah, Lopez, yeah.
And I texted Dante, and I was like, Lopez is the lock tonight, and it was just fucking
Hit.
1 minute, like
Sick.
first, like
He's
so
sick.
quick.
Yeah.
He took care of business so easily.
He had the sickest promo too. He came in the Spartan 300, not to the fight, but like
Yeah.
before the fight, the Spartan 300 because his UFC 300 was like, damn, that's dope. But I went 11 for 13 in fights and won like $500.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Good
it was
as
sick.
shit,
and I
Jim.
felt like, cause I never like UFC is you never know,
Crapshoot,
right? Like it's
right.
a crapshoot. And so like my dad finally, that was the first time he was like, you talk about how good you are at picks. Like here's he's $120. It was like I put 20 on a 3-person parlay, 20 on a 3-person parlay, all those on a 6-person, and then 10 individually. And yeah, ended up everyone hit, and it was fucking dope.
all your bets hit.
All my bets hit.
That's
Except
amazing.
our Trough Talk bet, which Boog and Todd,
You guys put a little parlay together.
yeah.
Try to get spicy, huh?
Exactly.
Everyone tries to one up the other one.
it's crazy.
No one could just pick a even money guy.
Well, that's what me and Kev were kind of doing. Me and Kev were like, hey, it's a parlay. You pick. It doesn't have to be even,
Base
but close.
knocks.
Right, exactly.
Like your Jimmy Riley in Road to the Show,
That's so sick.
number 9.
We'll get to that.
Right.
But yeah, and so Todd picks. Everyone knows you don't pick the first fight of the night to bet on. Like that's you. You
Don't
let
ruin it. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Especially if you're putting a thing together for people you want to watch. Exactly. It's
Parlay. You know, I
he
heard
picks
a
Cody-
couple listeners went down on the parlay with you down in San
like,
Diego.
I got a couple texts saying, "Hey,
Hey,
man,
I'm riding
can't-
with you on this
can't
one.
take your word no more." I said, "Hey,
Dang.
take my word. Don't take Todd and Books." Me and Kevin.
That's what I'm saying.
But he picks Cody Garbrandt, loses the first fight of the night, and there goes the parlay. Now, like looking back on the pod, I said it out loud, saying, "I hate the Cody pick. Why'd you do that, Todd?"
I remember you did say
I'm
that.
like, what the fuck are we doing? But here we go.
Unbelievable.
But no, 300 was
UFC
fucking
300 was that. I don't think it disappointed. Max
2024
Holloway, shout out. I hated to see Gaethje go out like
Right,
that.
right.
I reacted more like
Especially-
Cormier, you know?
Yeah.
If you saw him, just like,
Face
fuck, like,
down.
that's another concussion. Like, that might be the last one.
Well, and that's the thing.
How old is he?
I mean, he's not super old. He's probably low
But in
30s,
fighting
low
years.
30s. But like, his fighting years are
Dog
going.
years.
Exactly. He's already kind of becoming a journeyman just because they didn't give him a lot
Right.
of belt fights. Then this loss, which he didn't need to take this fight. Like
He
who
didn't need to take
knows?
the fight, and he didn't need
He
to
just
go in the
stand in the
center of
middle.
the
But
of
that
the
was his
ring.
only way of winning. So like you could
True.
say Max was giving him a shot to win, but
100%.
I don't know.
He
I just don't
was,
know
but
where
at
it
the
goes
same
here.
time, like, it wasn't Gaethje asking for it. You
No,
know?
no,
He
exactly.
was tired. He was
Yeah.
trying to get to the end. He couldn't breathe.
But
He
the
had a
eye
broken
pokes, The eye pokes
nose.
are crazy.
The eye
broken nose,
pokes.
Yeah.
Like, you could tell, I'm pretty sure he just wanted to get out of there without fucking Well, who knows though? I mean, he's a true warrior, man.
True.
Shout out Gaethje, Stone Hands, man.
True,
Is that his nickname?
No, I forget the highlight. It's close.
Highlight.
Nah, but jiu-jitsu, going back, jiu-jitsu
All
was
right.
fun. We got to roll a little one-rounder at the end that I had to cut to work, but it's good having you out there. How did you like the class? I mean, what are your thoughts on it?
Dude, I could have done a 2-hour class if I'm being honest. Yeah, or like, I mean, just like, I had a lot of fun. Like, time flies when you're having fun. Like,
that's awesome.
So much to learn, you know?
That's
literally so much to learn. And it's like riding a bike, but like with all 4 of your limbs, you know? You gotta have every piece. So if you're like thinking about where your feet are supposed to be and then your hands are just not where they're supposed to be, it's got to be like a whole fluid thing, you know?
Yeah, and that's like the fun thing.
You know you're fucking it up. You're like, oh, like I'm not even thinking about my left arm. Like if you don't think about your left arm, there goes your left arm.
Exactly,
you know?
100%.
So it keeps you on your toes, and I'm definitely trying to get back into it at some point.
Yeah.
So I think Medina has like a little $50 MMA gym. I think it's
nice.
like it's not like a jiu-jitsu gym, but it's like it has some there. Yeah.
Is he still going?
Yeah, I think so.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. I remember him talking to me about that when he first started.
Shout out Derek Sorensen opening up Dubs, Reno.
Dubs, is it Dubs? The Dubs?
Dubs.
Yeah, I mean, that's
sports
big time.
bar in Reno, dude.
It's crazy to see.
We should get a new sponsor, honestly. Honestly, for your next road trip out there to Reno.
Yeah, I mean,
stop off at Dubs.
Doesn't need a sponsor. I do it for free. Stop off at Dubs. Look for the man with no hair and tell him Trough Talk sent you, man.
Absolutely.
He's a fucking legend.
That's the best.
It's just weird seeing all of our friends take different paths in life. You know what I mean? Like we've hit that road where like some are obviously doing better than others. Some are starting their own businesses. Others are just like living a regular ass life. Like got
Everyone
a girlfriend. It's like it's weird. I don't know. It's weird.
It is super weird, and it's just like.
Cause I still feel like I'm like 15 years old. Like I don't do like nothing's changed in my life. Like
I hear you.
I don't know. It's odd.
Yeah, I'm still feel young, and I feel like I should feel young because think about how you felt when you were 24, and I feel like I felt like I was way older than I actually was when I was like 24. I was like, oh, I'm 24. I'm an adult now. But it's like you are in many ways you are, but at the same time it's just like these are still your youth years, like in many ways. But at the same time, like it's just this thing about life where it just feels better when you have something to show for time passing, you know?
Yes.
It just feels so much better to be like, all right, like the past 3 years, this is what I don't know. You have something to show for it.
Right. And I feel like, honestly, that's kind of what jiu-jitsu is for me. You know what I mean? Like, it gives me, it's like a marker. It's like.
And the podcast is another thing. And it just has this domino effect of, like, stick-with-itness.
Yeah. And I feel like everything, too, is like, you ever heard of the Dunning-Kruger, where it's like, the more you know you don't know? Where it's like jiu-jitsu especially. Like, you see like a white belt coming in there, and they're like, oh, I watch UFC. Like, I know how to do this. And you're like, hey, buddy. And then, like, 6 months go by, and they're like,
not there anymore.
Whole that won that. Yeah. That's a big one. Or their whole attitudes changed, and they're like a completely humble person. They're like, fuck, okay, like now, like I get where the end, you know what I mean, like, or I understand where the end goal could be after like getting murdered by these guys forever. Yeah. But like I'm nowhere fucking close.
Is jiu-jitsu an Olympic sport yet?
I don't think it is. Judo for sure is.
Right. Shout out the Swains.
Shout out to Swains. It's so funny if you tell people at like school, like we had Jay. You met Jay before class. He's the shorter Asian dude. Yeah.
My internal monologue.
Right, yeah. Hey, Jay, that's funny. That's so good. Mine is not that nice. But that guy, right? Yeah. What were you gonna say? If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. That's all I said. Yeah. What were you gonna say?
But that Jay guy comes from a judo background. He's done judo his whole life, and so like we were talking. He's like, "Oh, I'm from San Jose." He's like, "There's like a big family, like the Swain family from there, like huge." I was like, "Well, funny enough, like I played basketball with their son." He was like incredulous, like, "No, like Mike Swain, like seriously?" I was like, Yeah, for sure do. Like, met him a bunch of times, had dinner with him.
Yeah.
It's like, that is so cool. And it's like, it just goes to show, like, when you're a kid, you have no perspective on what anything is. Like, he was just a dad.
Right.
But like, now that you're into martial arts, like, it would be way different. I'd be like, oh shit, like,
no, literally.
that's dope.
No, Masa was on our NJB team, all-star team that went down to LA. Legends. So like the all-star, you know, used to go down to LA. Good. So many legends on that team, by the way.
Did you guys win it all?
Nah.
Child's play.
Still, I remember a good time. Just the Swain family, the Goody family, the Gudaros were down there.
And I feel like that was like the first time you got to
everyone
get away
got along.
from. Yeah, it was like a big St. Chris family too, like a lot of them. They were like good friends. It's just the vibes were good. But it's the first time I feel like as a kid too, like you're going somewhere else to play your sport, so it feels
because of your own accomplishments.
That's what I mean. Exactly.
In a certain way,
it feels like way more important.
Yeah, we rented a convertible. Like
no
a convertible
way.
Mustang,
That's
road
so
tripped
sick.
it down.
Who all went?
Well, just me and my dad.
Just
from
you and
us.
Pops? Yeah.
Stopped
That's
off
sick.
at his buddy Dave Rugani's house, did that whole thing, swam in the pool, yada yada. But
And
just
the
the drop
down
top,
is so sick.
drop top, had to.
Damn. Yeah,
rental.
I gotta make a drive to Oregon. Joey Gatelli, shout out F1. Let's go, baby.
Queso.
Wow, that's so good. That's a deep cut. Queso, shout out.
You know.
But I got to drive to Oregon for his wedding, and I'm like, do I want what?
No. I mean, I didn't expect to get invited to Joey Gatelli's wedding. I mean, who
No,
are you?
I hope not.
No, I mean, of course I didn't. It just hurts, man. Another one, dude. I'm still grieving over like. Never mind. It's fine. Go ahead.
I mean, when's the last time you talked to the kid? That's
No,
crazy.
I
That's
did not.
crazy.
I did not get it. I did not expect it. I did not expect it. It just-
You seems like you kind of expected it.
no, it's such a beautiful occasion.
Yeah, it is.
I would have brought the dip.
Wow. Okay, so I told him I'm wearing. Cause we both watch F1, so I talk to him like once a week. You know what I mean? And I told him because my team's McLaren, his is Ferrari. So I told him I'm showing up in a papaya orange jump or suit.
Fowler style.
I haven't even looked into it, but that would be so. He's like, you're the only person I would not care. I was like, yeah, that's sick. But I don't know. Like, my car is reliable, but do I want to put all those miles?
Up to Oregon
on my car? Yeah, because it's in Bend, so it's like you can
Bend,
fly.
Oregon. Are you gonna play golf?
Yeah, that's the plan. The Friday before we're gonna get a round in, and then Saturday.
I hear it's
wedding.
got like some nice ass courses, like
Very
legendary golf area.
Yeah, it's just all outdoor, just beautiful.
Pacific Northwest, right? Underrated.
PNW. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of rain, but like if you're not in one of the cities, I feel like
nature guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You could thrive out there. But like
Yes.
if you're in Seattle or like Portland, I feel like it's a dump. It's like you're just in a city with rain. Like there's nothing to gain from the rain. But
God, good times, man. Good times.
yeah, so I don't know. I thought about renting a car. Renting a car would be sick on the way.
What are the rest of the peeps doing?
A lot of people are flying into Portland, then driving to Bend, or there's like a small airport in Bend, but it's like fucking $500.
Private jets
I'm
only,
like, yeah, I'm not doing that shit. But I don't know.
A road trip would be good. It'd be fun.
I like doing them solo too. A lot of people are like, oh, like I need someone else for a road trip. I'm like, I'd rather
just hit it.
rather go by myself, stop on my own accord.
Audiobook, read fucking 10 books and
Big audiobook guy.
come out like you're fucking Jordan Peterson.
God, I got to take a piss.
I got to piss too.
All right,
We do
we'll
a piss
pause
break?
right here.
Hey, look. This one's brought to you by Manscaped. Not only are my balls shaved, they're groomed. It's funny though, because in the road to the show that I created,
Oh yeah, we were talking about this.
inspired by last episode in Kev Cal, and
Shout out Kev.
just been hitting dingers. I made it Jimmy Riley, first baseman, number 9. You know the vibes.
What console are you playing on?
Huh?
Are you playing on
PS4.
To say Xbox.
It's so funny. So I told you I put no gloves on it, right?
Did you comb your hair?
I did a little,
I thought it was like, what the fuck?
refreshment.
Yeah, I like that.
Little inside joke for a couple of people. If you know, you know. But what was I just
Road
saying?
to the show.
Road to the show, no gloves.
Yeah.
The announcers
no
go.
BGs.
The announcers go. Bit of a throwback here. No gloves for this
that's
player. I
sick.
go. That's so sick,
so
and it's
sick.
so true. Throwback.
I was always a no swag. That was
No swag is the swaggiest swag. Like I'll wear sweatpants to the hoop run.
That's sick.
It's a different type of build.
Sandler-esque.
The Adam Sandler build, the old man build,
yes.
the young old man build.
And you never know what to expect. It's like then you see one shot going, you're like, ooh.
It's like don't give him the open three.
Exactly.
But it's like
this guy's legit.
keep your head on the swivel.
The road to shot. I'm hitting dingers too. You said.
Oh, big time. Batting 500.
Love that.
You're a problem, man. You're a problem.
Hey, people don't want to say that. I let our team that won it all in RBIs. They always think it's the big brother. Nope. It was this
You
guy.
led the team in RBIs?
I think JB pulled ahead the championship game by like one, but
You were up there?
Not that I'm keeping stats
You
and
were
holding
that
on to
guy.
things for 10 years, but
Hey, man.
That's
Some players really leave it on. Some people say they leave it all on the field, and others leave it all on the field, Jim.
yeah.
Others get carried out
I've-
in an ambulance.
Oh, it is hitting.
Are we live?
Yeah, we are. We're good. I just making sure. Yeah, no, you're totally right about that. I almost died out there for my boys.
You did.
On a stretcher to end the game, and wouldn't want to have it any other way. I
Special
got
stuff.
bitched at for going out to Toscanos because we like the boys are. You just won
Yeah.
a championship. The boys are all hanging.
They want you to stay in and sleep?
Not they. She. Like GF gets mad at me for going out to. I'm like, you're crazy.
Self-care.
We had to have the. You're crazy. This is happening. You can come if you want, or you can stay behind. But this is a once in a lifetime. I don't think you're
Hey,
understanding.
we're gonna get some good rest, and we're gonna take care of our health, but not tonight.
tomorrow. Tomorrow. It's like
And we're gonna win state.
I say I'm not. Yeah, right. I wish, dude. There's some good baseball teams. It would have been a nightmare going to state.
God damn.
But I was like, yeah, like crazy. I was like, it's a once in a lifetime. You gotta go. And that was the night Anthony D'Amico, fucking legend, getting his pilot license. Fucking sick.
Sick, dude. I seen he's
So
been at
cool.
San Jose State. Shout
Yeah,
out.
Going back, their aviation program's top tier.
I bet.
So dope. But he was.
See, I feel like everyone's at that age where they're like, all right, like
What do I
I've done
really
a bunch
wanna
of different
do?
stuff. Like I passed the test of like paying my bills or like whatever, like
Right.
making sure that like I can buy my own food, do my own laundry, be an adult in that way. But then it's like, all right, now like what's that next
What
like
do we want to do?
that
dude?
next
And
level?
I feel like that's the difference between this generation and our parents. So our parents' generation was like, they either one knew what they wanted to do and did it from the start, or two, like just got sucked into the job and they were like, fucking pays the bills. What?
Well, when you have
who
a
am
family,
I?
then it's like,
Well, that's,
well,
the other thing. They
that's
were
what I
having them
want to do.
So young, exactly. Too. It's like you lock yourself into a situation. But,
Yeah.
But
I think it's family or goals. I mean, I know it can be both, but it's like it's kind of like that counts as a goal,
yeah,
if that makes sense.
I could see that.
And in terms of like what we were talking about before, like having something to show for the past however many years, once you become a parent, then you always have that, you know?
True.
Whatever your daughter or son becomes, then it's like, you know.
Unless they're a fucking school
then it's not your
shooter,
fault.
and then yeah, right.
And then you got
it's not your fault.
If they become an Olympic gold medalist, it's going to be
All the
because of
credit.
all the care
All
and
the
all the
credit.
times that you took them to practice. But
yeah, if,
if they fuck it up,
that's on them.
that's on them, man.
They're an individual. They
Yeah.
made choices. But no, I was saying Anthony D'Amico was
Shout
after,
out, man.
dude, the best, the nicest guy.
Love
Still
that guy.
texts me on my birthday, like just the greatest. But he was hitting every BCS college football team in alphabetical order, and he was hitting a push-up with every. He was like down, like Alabama, Arkansas, hey, like doing it. Ran through the order. It was so fucking
That's
funny.
amazing.
Just blacked out drunk, just fucking push-ups. And he was like, he got up, his face, he's got like a vein running through like the center of his head.
That's
It was so
amazing.
funny. The good times.
High school drunk push-ups is
Oh.
just like
Nothing better.
a whole thing. If
I-
you know, you know. Like everyone, I feel like went through a little phase where they would get drunk and then
Or even
push-up
like
time. I just want to
the
do some
pre-drunk
push-ups.
push-ups where you're like you're going
Get
to a
the blood
party,
flowing.
you got to get a pump in. That'd be so funny. Like me and Matt would be going to a party and he'd be like hitting push-ups or like curling like or doing something, and I'd just be like sit in the front room and be like,
Yeah,
almost
what we
ready.
doing?
Or, he's like, hey, you gotta look jacked, like wearing a tie. I'm like, yeah, not for me. When is
damn.
okay? Random question. When did you feel that you were at your athletic peak?
God, that's a good question.
So right now, strangely enough, I feel like I'm fucking.
You're peaking right now.
I'm peaking right now.
Yeah.
And like, when I'm
It had
healthy,
to be
my knee's
before.
good.
Like it had to be like. Probably like when I was at Dianza.
Yeah.
Probably like 2016.
If you think if you got into like good shape, like you could get into like really good shape now, do you think you could?
Like I was gonna say, my peak playing basketball was right before I hurt my back in like 2020.
Right.
Like I was playing a lot at San Jose State. I had a whole group chat for City Sports.
Oh, that's sick.
Like yeah, and I would go to City Sports just like randomly. It was just like
show up.
Yeah, and like had that whole hoop run that we had at Bramhall over the pandemic, which got popping. They put in the brand new like glass backboard.
So
I was like, oh baby, all the hitters were out there, dude. RJ was out there, Omar's out there.
Vince Deal was talking
our boy John, Vince Deal,
basketball.
D'Angelo, dude. We had like
D'Angelo,
Sash, dude. We had like 6 to 7, like 6'4" fucking.
Was
hoopers
D'Angelo
out there.
the guy that was training people?
That was John.
That was John.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be funny. You see some guys getting hoop runs and some guys doing ladder drills on the sides. Like, what the fuck?
With water jugs. Like, it's so funny.
Good. Prison workouts, gotta love it.
Oh man,
that is fucking great.
Good times, but probably 2016 was probably my peak because it's just like how often I was working out and just doing football drills, athletic drills, that type of thing.
And it's like it was ultimate recovery. You're getting fed. You had you had like a good place.
Meals
to go
every
back
night.
To.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, that's probably it. I hope I haven't hit it yet, though. I hope I could get my back. Like, I feel like my back has steadily been improving since I heard it. So
yeah, I mean, good enough to golf.
Yeah, it wasn't really a problem today. So
yeah, I just because I always felt like the most unathletic in the family. You know what I mean? Like I just always was what it was, and now I'm looking back and like, John still lifts heavy shit.
You're just playing with people 2 years older than you.
Well, that too. Well, that's where I was going with the bench, or not bench rider, but like being a bench guy. Like for years, I was 8 years old playing with 10-year-olds and being like last guy off the bench, and so like I just end up being the first base coach or shit like that, like fun stuff, and dressing like a scout with
you're
with
the guy though.
Stopwatch.
Yeah, exactly.
Big vibes guy. You gotta be
big vibes guy.
No, those were the days. But yeah, golf today. We can get into some golf. That was, I mean, a doozy. Fucking.
What do you think? Yeah. I mean, we set it up so we did 2v2 best ball.
I thought we were after your first hole. I was like, "Bug, we're wraps. We got this."
You thought you had it.
Well,
I was feeling very confident. We had the lead early.
Yeah, and then
I think we got out to like a 1-stroke lead. You guys got it back to even.
It was like one even,
and then around the turn,
it was even at 9.
Even at 9, and then you guys took over.
But you were playing where it would be like you would not.
I was ass. The front 9, I was complete
that's what I mean. Like
ass.
You would not finish a hole, and then the next hole you'd be like putting for like the win for your team, and I'd be like, we couldn't figure it the fuck out. And I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, that's the thing is like it's not a scramble, so it's like if you're not beating your partner, then you're just not contributing. Exactly, so like Matt was just playing better than me the whole time. It's like I think I hit one putt to like get a tie on the front 9. Other than that, I feel like I didn't really contribute too much.
But you ended up on the back was huge.
The back 9, I think we were down 3 or
down
2.
3.
Yeah, down 3
with 5 to go.
Exactly, and me and Matt looked at each other and was like, "Dude, like,
lock in.
It's time to fucking go right now. We either lock in and we win this, or we don't." So,
and those, dude, the pin placement, like Lagos, the greens are hard at Lagos to begin with. They're always fast, but the pin placement, because they had the tournament, everything was right on the lip. It was like.
It was
fucking really tough putting today.
I appreciated the course though today. I thought it was the right difficulty. You know, we adjusted.
There's so many par 3s that it's like you need to do something to bump up the difficulty. Not that.
Yeah, but
the par 3s
like,
are still a challenge.
Yeah, like 170 par 3s.
Crazy.
I did. You know, I'm a big feel guy when it comes to what club I'm going to use.
This guy
pulls out an 8-iron for
pulls out an 8-iron on a 170-yard hole, and then hits it. Flushes it, and then he's like, "Oh, that looks good." And I was like, "Get over." He's like, "What?" And then right into the water, and
Splash.
I was like, "What'd you hit?" 8.
I thought that was plenty, but
need a little more.
Got hot when it mattered.
Yeah,
that's
you guys came back, ended up coming back.
There was one brutal hole placement where if you just hit it a little bit too far, it was going all the way down.
I was on the green in 2 and ended up with 6. Ended up 4. It was fucking ridiculous.
It was nuts. Everyone was doing it, so I bitched it.
Yeah,
I just like literally bitched it and got it halfway there. And then, just got hot down the stretch, took the lead, and then you guys got that last hole to tie it up. So we were coming down the 18th hole. It's like
they won 4 in a row.
We won 4 in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We won 14, 15, 16, 17.
Yeah.
And then 18, we had to win to tie the match.
Yeah.
And so I fucking went OB twice. OB, I hit a tree where it looked like I hit a leaf, couldn't find the ball. And it was like, it should have been online. The second one, I fucking bombed. I don't just flushed it.
It's the problem is like you hit it so far, it's like we can't get eyes on it. And like, it's like gallery. It should be gallery drop, It's like, because if there's gallery there, like that ball is getting found. Yeah, but at the same time, like also, a couple of them are like way left. Yeah, it's like, it's kind of what you get for hitting it way left. Yeah, but
for sure. But the last hole, I was like, okay, this should have been right down the left side. But either
couple
way,
scores in the 90s out there,
Yeah.
So
ended up being not too bad. But I think I'm gonna buy myself some new irons. I think that's the move.
Nice.
Been playing with the 25-year-old Big Berthas that my dad had. I was using.
Appreciate you letting me borrow the clubs today.
Absolutely. Yeah, I thought they were getting borrowed. I went in the garage. I was like, let me take a look, and they were there. I was like, oh shit.
I was like, fuck yeah.
Gucci. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna buy the new or last year's model Big Berthas and fucking let it ride. What's the last big purchase you made for yourself?
For my bag or my golf bag?
Just in general. Like it didn't have to be like not something you needed, but like just something you splurged on and were like, you know what, I'm gonna get myself whatever. Cause I was trying to think about it. Like there's nothing. Like maybe the camera we're using, but even then it was like
that's not that splurgy, but I hear you.
It's pretty expensive, but it's like not.
But it's not like in terms of like
right. It's like something I said I needed, but I didn't need it. But you know what I mean? It's one of those things.
Yeah.
And I couldn't think of my last. I don't know. Maybe
I don't know. Like I'm pretty bad about splurging for like lunch. Like going to Chipotle.
Yeah.
I do.
Honestly, I don't even count that as splurging because I do that.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
It's
but
so bad.
I don't know. I have a splurge that I want to make.
Ooh, what is that?
And so we live in this like apartment or whatever, but it's not really like decorated in terms of like things hanging on the wall, etc.
Right.
I want to get some of my favorite movie posters.
Ooh.
Like some of the posters from my favorite movies, but nice and big.
Yeah. Get them. Are you going to get them framed?
Nice and big.
Something you can keep.
So
in the
Wedding Crashers. Right,
nice. That's
like
sick.
Maybe Remember the Titans.
Not as
I know,
sick.
not as sick for some, but
for most.
Sandlot.
I feel like the movie posters though.
Inglourious
like,
Basterds is just one of my fave.
And those things they're timeless. You know what I mean? Like it's your favorite movie, even if it's not your favorite movie. Years from now, you can be like, look back and be like, damn, there was a time where Inglourious Basterds.
That could always go on your wall. Like it doesn't matter if you're a billionaire or a college kid. Like. A poster, maybe not a Scarface poster, but But
especially if you have like a man cave or like a dedicated room where it's like fucking, just throw it in. Why not?
All right, now we're talking about splurge. Just a fun topic, like splurges you would want to make, just in general. Like sauna would be the first splurge.
Well, okay.
I'm buying if I ever buy a home. Hopefully, I get to buy a home. There will be a sauna like purchase attached to that.
I've thought about this like hardcore because
you could even make your own.
Right, and you could.
Like you could build your own hut.
Yeah,
easily
for sure. But you got to get the treated stuff. Yeah, I mean you could. It would, but they're not that expensive at Costco. They're like $4,000 for a barrel sauna. Fits like 3 people.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty reasonable.
Very reasonable. Is $4,000 to fucking reduce your risk of stroke? Hello.
Right. Well, the other thing too, the sauna's weird because like. I love doing the sauna, but I feel so like fucked up after I get out. Like my body's like
you need the salts back.
Yeah,
I feel like
that's probably true. But I feel like I do
really
a good job of hydrate. Like I hit a liquid IV. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I do all the right stuff, but like I am immediately like I have to do it at night or my day is fried. Like I don't know, but that is one that I've been seriously thinking about too. But renting here, it's like. You're going to have to move a sauna. Like, that doesn't seem realistic. Yeah, I don't know.
That'd be my splurge. Yeah.
I like that, though. I don't know. I don't know if there's another one that...
OnlyFans? No, I'm just playing.
Got a couple lined up.
God. Do you know anyone that supports people on OnlyFans? I mean, no shade to the OnlyFans people or whatever, but it's like, who's spending this money?
That is true.
It's got to be just old guys, right?
I don't think so. I think it's... guys that think they
Like, how do guys
may have a chance. You know what I mean? Like, hey, like maybe if I get a personalized video, she'll know who I am. And like if I message her back saying like, you know what I mean? That's the only thing I can think of. Like it's the weirdos that are like making a push for themselves. But I don't know. I guess it could be normal guys that just like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like the personal touch to things.
Yeah. I hear you.
But I mean, paying for anything seems a bit ridiculous.
I've never heard anyone say to me, "Yeah, I pay for OnlyFans."
Well,
maybe they don't want to admit it, but
I guess.
And I guess maybe I
that's-
didn't ask enough people, right? It's not like I'm
True.
just asking
Right.
people. It's only comes up every so often, but
like, I guess the same thing. Like, how many people paid for like porn subscriptions, like to an actual site? Like, no one.
right.
Like, there would be one back in the day that like you would hear someone had
John
and, like,
Cena.
Yeah, exactly. Like, everyone gets the password for like 2 weeks and then it fucking goes away. But like, no one's paying for that shit. I don't know. That's crazy. But did you want to do a draft today? That's what I was gonna ask.
do.
Yeah. What did you want to do? Did you want to do the names that you call?
I'm not mad at that at all. First of all, let's go over these. Let's pick each series real quick
Okay.
in the playoffs.
I like
So
that.
Sixers. Don't think rapid fire. Maybe a little bit of commentary. Sixers versus Knicks.
Sixers. New York's trash.
You got how many games? You could just throw it out there.
6.
Sixers and 6.
Are they 7-game series?
Huh?
Are they 7-game series or 5-game series? to start?
I think there's 7.
I don't know. 6 then.
Give me the Knicks.
Okay.
Give me the Knicks. Knicks in
Trash.
6. Just because it rhymes. Lakers versus Nuggets. You're all Nuggets.
I'm Nugs.
And I'm going to go Nuggets, but it's going to be in 7.
I'm saying in 5.
All right.
LeBron will take one on the road.
Okay. I like that. Heat versus Celtics
I like the Heat.
to win the series.
Yeah, I know we were just talking big on the Celtics. but
Yeah. Wow.
Jimmy Butler,
wow.
did you hear about the fight in the team bus on the way back?
No.
God, who's the
The
white?
Celtics?
No, the Heat. The white shooter for the Heat.
What's his name?
God damn it. Anyway,
It's like as soon as you
yeah, you know,
you try and do
it's
it,
not
then
Lowry
it's like
Markkinen, but it's one of those guys.
Ah,
But he
it's gonna
stood up, and
fucking
him and
kill me.
Jimmy Butler.
Duncan Robinson
Yeah, I think so.
or
Yeah.
Tyler Hero.
Tyler Hero.
All right.
Tyler Hero. Him and Jimmy Butler got into it on the bus, and like hands. I guess.
So why are
were
you
thrown.
picking the Heat?
Because that's perfect for playoffs. You think
Okay.
the guys need a little something to play for.
All right.
Jimmy knows what he's doing.
All right.
Jimmy Butler never lost. He might have lost, but he never lost.
I got you. Celtics in 5 for me. Celtics in 5.
Okay.
This is kind of turning into a rivalry over the past few years. Mavericks versus Clippers.
Ooh.
Like they've gone head to head. Mavericks have
gotta
got the
be-
better of them, but
yeah,
it's
a
now it's
rivalry
Kawhi,
is
Paul
only
George
when-
healthy.
There's only a rivalry when one team or when both teams are winning. I
All right.
got the Mavs. Mav up. Luka. Let's go.
Mavs in 6.
Yeah.
Pacers Bucks.
Ooh. My heart wants to say Pacers, but give me the Bucks. I think Giannis can get out of the first round. Pat Bev,
See,
let's go.
my mind is telling me Pacers, but my heart's all in on the Bucks here. I believe in
Really?
Dame. So I look beyond the upset alert. If
like
there's some,
that.
if you could get some good value on the Pacers, I'd take them. Not gonna lie.
like that.
But I also think the Bucks will be in the finals. So maybe I gotta fucking figure out how I feel. Pelicans Thunder.
I like the Thunder. The Thunder are sick. They're the youngest,
Number 1 seed.
best team coming in. Giddy. I'm not giddy about what he's done in his
Giddy
past.
and the Kitties. Yeah, it's not
but
good.
No, it's not. But Chet Holmgren, I'm a big Chet Holmgren guy.
Chet's
he's,
fire.
He's so sick.
He's no Wemby, but
I don't know. I think he'd be better long term, honestly. I like Chet long term. I do.
there you go. Hey, for the books, tweet it. Facebook 2012. I'm not gonna go against you.
Who
Everything.
knows ball?
Hey,
Who
everything.
knows
I
ball?
can't even say anything. Everyone
Steph
knows.
Curry, they wanted
All right,
Monte.
Magic versus the Cavs.
Magic.
I got the
Paulo.
Thunder in 7.
Okay, nice.
All right, Magic versus Cavs. Give me the Magic.
Yeah, I like the Magic. I like Banchero can put
6 or
something
7.
together. Dude, it's so crazy
And
that
that's it.
Aaron Gordon got out of that madness. Orlando.
He had
was
such a
bomb.
nice like career evolution where it's
Oh.
like grinded it out on a shitty organization all the way to the point where you're the franchise player. Like you're the best player on a shitty team. Like
Get
that's
shipped off to a
8 seed.
championship.
You know,
team.
you're in the playoffs, you know, as the best player on your team.
And their best play is the lob now.
He is the best part of their offense.
Jokic
I mean, obviously
goes
it's
up,
Jokic making it
right,
happen,
but going up and then throwing Aaron Gordon a lob. And I, up until about a year ago, was pondering the question between who had more lob assists to Aaron Gordon, my cousin Jack throughout high school or Jokic.
Dude, they put up numbers this year.
Jokic is exactly after this year. It's like not even close. They're crazy.
Good times, man.
Sick. Yeah, no, I like that. That's
they're meant for each other.
Good playoff.
They play well together.
Well off each other for sure. But yeah, so
there you go. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Yeah. Hey, and that's a good setup. We got something to look forward to. We can look back on these. What did you want to do for a draft, though?
You want to do the things to call a stranger? Do you want to do some 420, like holiday? You know, like celebrities you think about when you hear 420? I don't know. That's stupid.
Or we could, yeah. I mean,
That's
I'm
stupid.
down for whatever. I was gonna say, build the dream blunt rotation, but
yeah,
it's like
can we do that?
A 4-man draft.
Can we do that?
5. Yeah, sure.
All right,
sure. And these are
it's your call.
If it's not a blunt rotation, just 4 guys you'd like to hang
out
and
with.
shoot the shit with.
Backyard kick it.
Exactly. Doing a little something like this.
I like it.
All right, that's fine. I got no ding because it's over
Dead or alive?
Da-da-doom, da-da-doom, doom, doom. I don't know. Dead or alive? What do you want to do? You want to go just alive?
No. I'm saying dead or alive.
What are you asking?
No, I'm saying they can be dead or alive.
Oh yeah. It was a statement. They could be. I prefer full sentences. But. Okay. Well, you want first pick?
No, it's all you.
Okay.
Man.
God, this is tough.
It is tough, ain't it?
4 guys off the rip.
You gotta think about dynamics too.
I know. That's
between
big.
them.
Dynamics.
They got to be able to get along.
All right, Joe Rogan. You got to go Rogue's number 1.
Rose will talk to anyone.
He'll talk to anyone. You know, he's bringing the
He's
flag.
bringing plenty of shit. You're gonna be in the middle of your. You're going to be in the middle of your blunt rotation, your smoke session, and he's going to pull something out of his pocket like, yeah, this is a virtual reality fucking,
right?
like just like a fucking globe or a fucking orb yo-yo, like some shit you've never seen before. Exactly. He's like, yeah, someone sent it to me online. Yeah.
And I would get to make fun of how short that little midget is. Once
exactly. You're talking jiu-jitsu, you're talking hunting.
Exactly.
You're eating elk.
And I've been off, like I said, I've been off the Rogies train a little bit, but there's still an aura about
He's
the
still
guy,
cooking.
You know? Exactly.
Still cooking.
Still doing his thing. Back on YouTube.
I'd love to see him on Kill Tony. He was on Kill Tony with what's his name?
Tucker C.
There you go.
Yeah.
I liked Kill Tony. That's a great show.
It's a great show. And that's another one where I got into it way early and I was current, watched every single episode, and then I just fell by the way.
Speak to aura, like he doesn't even say anything on that show. Joe Rogan. He's just sitting there pretty much when he appears.
Fucking guy.
God damn.
Yeah, I think that's got to be
Joe Hogan.
Joe Hogan, number 1. But yeah, no, I mean,
it's a good one.
Not much to say. Like I said, it's pretty self-explanatory. I feel
cool.
Like.
I mean, I think no. I think those that know me know where I'm going with this one. Maybe not. I'm going Pat McAfee.
Wow.
Just one of my favorite people.
Wow,
in terms of just people I look up to, people who I admire the way they live their life, and who I want to smoke with on 420. It'd be them.
Yeah,
it'd be him.
And his career trajectory is another one that's crazy. Football player, NFL, lots of swagger for a punter, and then goes to Barstool, and then becomes his own media fucking legend.
Pretty sure he never played high school football.
Really?
Maybe didn't play high school football. Was for sure a soccer guy in high school. He probably did both.
I didn't know that.
Probably did both.
I think
he was more of a punter too. Punter and soccer. But he was definitely a soccer guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, he has a scholarship to go kick somewhere, but not West Virginia where he ended up going. There's a camp down in Miami that he needs $1,500 to go do.
Yeah.
Right? And so he goes to a poker game the night before. He didn't have the money.
Right.
His parents didn't have the money. Couldn't ask his parents. He goes to a poker night. Fucking
cleans house.
Damn. Fucking.
That's sick.
Has enough money to go down there. Goes to the camp. Gets his scholarship to West Virginia. Plays with Pat White and those guys, and fucking.
It's stories like that. It's it's meant to happen. You know what I mean?
Crazy, right?
Without that, he's at Bowling Green State, just fucking eating shit. It's crazy.
Literally, I just love that about the stories. The guy literally bet on himself, gambled, and put it
literally
down
bet
and made
on
it
himself.
happen. So
Yeah, those stories, and I feel like everyone that's successful has those. Like there was a fork in the road story where it's like I could have just not gone to the camp, but I just had to play poker and put anything I had up.
yeah,
Sick. I like that. Pat McAfee. Wow.
Pat McAfee.
That's a
and
good
he
one.
likes the vitamins.
Yeah, big vitamins.
Big vitamins
THC.
guy. Definitely big. Can get along with anyone guy.
Yeah.
So
I like that. Okay. Do-do-doom,
doom doom doom.
doom. I'm going Sugar Sean.
Ooh.
Yeah, the champ.
Oh, so
He recently, a bit of a controversy, and he might have just said the N word. I don't know if it was.
free cunch.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know if it was or if it was just like one of those edited videos I didn't have time to
knows?
dissect. Exactly. His
AI
face
these
wasn't in
days?
the camera. It was over the phone. You never know. Could have been doctored. But Sugar Sean, the champ now, doing the
Also-
damn thing.
yeah.
What?
I was just gonna say he's a fucking fighter.
Yeah.
He's not a fucking politician. He doesn't have, you know.
Right. It just
Don't say that stuff, but
exactly. But yeah.
there's certain jobs you can't say
there's
that
a
stuff.
crazy video
never
of Rampage Jackson, Rampage.
Uh-huh.
He's calling Cowboy Cerrone, and Cowboy Cerrone answers the phone. He's like, "What up?" And
Yeah.
Rampage like, Cowboy, my man. I'm like, oh shit.
You gotta
so
be,
good.
dude.
But yeah, no, Sugar
That's how
Sean,
it
the
is.
champ, doesn't really partake in the vitamins too much anymore since he's been champ. Kind of give up that in the Vidya games as they call them, but still would be sick. I mean, you just get to shoot the shit. We can talk about the time we used to play Fortnite back in the day. You know what I mean? And good vibes. Fucking the man.
Great vibes.
Him and Rogues together would be an indomitable combination.
All right.
But I like that. Yeah, Sugar Sean.
I got it.
Nice.
Now.
All right.
Give me a guy that saw many Grateful Dead concerts.
Ooh.
Bill Walton.
Wow.
We're
that's
gonna
sick.
get Bill Walton stories from UCLA in the what? Early 70s.
Yeah.
And then in Portland, late 70s.
It's-
Fucking the Celtics stories, the Grateful Dead stories, raising Luke in them.
Yeah, and he's as a commentator, he's like one of the funny. He just says whatever he wants. Like,
Yeah.
you know, when Bill's talking game, like you just let him go. Like people don't even say, and like he'll be commentating on the crowd, like just not even watching the game, but
Yeah.
still the best.
Yeah, he's not always the most likable guy.
Yeah,
You know?
you
I
could
think I've
say
seen
it.
some clips of him just like saying some dumbass shit, but it's like, I don't give a fuck. It's Bill
Right.
Walton, dude.
Yeah, I mean, in the Grateful Dead, oh god,
Just
how
the
much acid
stories,
has that
dude.
guy taken? Holy shit!
Dude, that guy's taken a lot. And they used to give him backstage passes, but he's like, nah, man, I want to be out there with the people.
Crazy.
dude."
Have you ever heard? I think. Did you watch the
Portland,
It was like a 5-part series
Yeah.
on Bill Walton.
Yeah.
How he was talking about.
luckiest guy alive.
oh yeah,
yeah.
I love that. But he was talking about Danny Ainge taking the Celtics and Larry Bird to a Grateful Dead concert.
Yeah.
And he's like, and they put us right in a box, right next to the stage, and the first guitar hits, and I just look at him, go, "You ready for this, boys?" And he's like, just love. You can tell he's loving it. It's like, God damn, what
Yeah.
a sav. Yeah,
God.
Big Bill. He's crazy. The afro with the fucking headband.
The headband,
So
man.
sick. The chops.
God.
That's a great pick. Great pick.
I just love people from that era, too.
Yeah.
Like, imagine being famous, but like back then.
Pre-social media famous. was a
Pre-social media
different-
famous.
A
It's just
different thing.
the way you move around the world was just different. So I'm just fascinated by stuff like that.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Bill Walton. That's a good pick.
Plus, he's like a hippie legend, you know?
yeah,
He's kind of like, he's
cult
very much
figure.
a,
If you know the Grateful Dead, you know Bill Walton.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's one of those things. They're synonymous.
the beard and the hair. Yeah.
So sick. The tie dye. All right, yeah. Bill Walton. Do-do-doom, do-do-doom, bam, bam. I don't know where I'm going with these next picks.
Either.
Dead or Alive opens up a lot of
It
doors.
does, doesn't it?
Now,
I mean, I think most of mine will probably be live. Everyone
Same.
that I keep on thinking of
same
is alive.
except this one. Nikola Tesla. We're getting Tesla.
Whoa!
In there. Yeah, let's go. Get that guy off the drone. Let's see what he comes up with.
Dude.
Fuck it.
give him an iPhone and let him cook.
Yeah,
Give him Chat GPT
right.
and let him fucking cook.
Would be crazy. Just seeing anyone from that day come back, like an inventor like that, to see where shit
he was
came
like
from.
the goat.
Yeah.
Was he not? Like
well,
he was like,
but he had a couple inventions that, like, if had they gone through, the world would have been vastly different. Like, he wanted to make electricity, like, just like a current that comes from the air, right? Like, you have like a thing that captures the electricity. But, like, it would have fucked up. Like, we would have never had radio. We would have never had Wi-Fi. Like,
I see.
Like, I don't know. It's just crazy. But I think that guy, and then you get Rogues picking his brain.
Yeah.
You get Sugar Sean saying some crazy ass shit in there. Exactly. And then I'm just taking it all in. Like,
that's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Yeah, Tesla. I think that, because, I mean, just a special mind. I think he was, like, in love with the Crow or something like that. Like, he was a really out there dude. Very, very strange. But, yeah. Tesla, lock it in. Now you're thinking of dead people. Now you're trying to one up the deadness. Okay, I see you working.
You see me working a little bit. I'm just like trying to come up with someone that I'm happy about before it's all over. But go ahead.
That was mine. So
I'm just gonna go with a quick little Bay Area legend. Just give me Barry Bonds.
Wow, that's a jiu-jitsu practitioner.
Yeah, like let me get a little Barry Bonds in my presence.
Could you imagine ripping with Bonds before an open mat? Like, we're about to go. Hey, Barry.
Exactly.
Like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Pat McAfee cracking jokes at him. Fucking.
Yeah.
Just gonna be good times. I don't know. I feel like for some reason Barry is just too cool for school though. Like he's probably the coolest person you ever met.
For
What
sure.
is his personality? I don't know it.
It is too cool. But his his nephew went to school with us, and so like we would go over their house sometimes, and like the mom would like talk about Barry, and it's like you realize he's just too famous. You know what I mean? Like he was another guy, like he was bigger than baseball. Like at the time, the steroid era before that's what it became. Like he was huge. But I remember we went to the Giants team doctor, St. Chris guy was our doctor, but he was a Giants team doctor. Mm-hmm. So there was one time I was waiting, and they're like, "Oh, like sorry, doctor, so-and-so's got a patient that's coming through the back." And then like I was like, okay, whatever. And like they made me wait hella long. Ended up being Barry, and like had to wait fucking like an extra hour. And I was like, oh,
earring hanging down.
Kind of sick. But I was like, it's still kind of shit. You know what I mean? Being that guy, like it would have been like if he would have just came in and be like shook my hand, I'd be like all worried.
You think he smokes? As a jiu-jitsu guy?
Maybe now.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Because it's like those guys.
He would never do any drugs that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he would never put anything in or on his body. Definitely not the clear or the cream. But yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
I wonder. You would think,
You would think. But
kind of a crazy pick there. I don't know anything about Barry Bonds. I think that was a panic pick there.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
But
might garner
speaking of
some
auras, though.
Yeah.
That guy's going to have an aura.
Right. Oh, for sure. Okay. All right. Well, is that your pick?
That's my pick.
Final round. We'll go four.
Okay.
So I got Tesla, Sugar Sean, and Rogan, and myself.
Yeah.
Now, a compliment to that. I'm trying to think of, like, I don't know what would work well there. Like, I almost want Brennan Young there.
Dude, shout out.
Just to fucking throw.
I want to come. Shit, that sounds like a good time, man. I'm down.
That is not going to be my pick, even though I love that kid to pieces. I'm going to go with... Fuck, this is really tough.
It's tough. I'm starting to think of musicians.
That's what I am, too. And I want to say, like, Mac Dre would be sick.
I
but,
thought
like,
of him.
that's another Bay Area. It seems like just an easy pick. We'll go with... Fuck it, Snoop. Bring Snoop. Him and Suge got the connection. Him and Rogues got the connection. You got the music. I'm not a big West Coast rap guy, but you know, Snoop's gonna Snoop. It's Snoop. You know what you're getting. That's
you know what? We owed
say.
Snoop after the dog draft.
Yeah,
after him not being picked in the dog draft, like he went too late again. He fell again,
especially for the holiday. But yeah, no, I mean. On the dog draft, I played like I didn't want Snoop. I totally forgot about Snoop.
Yeah.
D-O-double-G.
I'm going to go Bob Marley.
Nice. That's
Bob Marley. Come
that's
on.
a great pick. You
No
never picked that.
woman,
never
no
thought of him if I
cry.
wouldn't have said Snoop. So
You're
that's
probably right.
Racist on your end, but hey, that's
Okay. I'll eat that.
Did you watch the new Bob Marley movie?
Nah.
Me neither.
That actor always plays characters that look nothing like him.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Like consistently.
They don't even try.
Like he does biopics, but it's like Bob Marley and Malcolm X don't really look alike.
No. And it's like, I feel like at least with Bradley Cooper, he did the one about the Jewish symphony, the conductor, and they put like a big old schnoz on him and stuff, and I was like, it was a little too much. I'm like, fuck, at least they tried. You know what I mean? Like with this one, it's just like they're just throwing
dreads on him, or want to give him some locks.
Okay,
it's like
I don't know.
I hear you.
Yeah, shit. Well, I think that's it. You got anything else?
I was gonna say Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole, shots being fired all over the place.
Oh, so what?
To be continued, I think.
I heard
Rick Ross getting involved.
I heard J. Cole kind of put his hands up and said, "Yeah, my apologies." Do you think they're gonna come out and say, "Fuck
I think they just
bitch?
linked up on stage somewhere and like hugged it out,
weak.
like some pussy.
Kill some people. What
no,
the
J.
fuck?
Cole had a funeral. We mourn J. Cole's career. It's over.
Really?
Kinda.
Damn, he's
not who he says he was. A little bit.
You were a bigger Cole than Kendrick guy.
I was. It's not good.
That's not good.
It's not a good look. I don't think.
Is he Dreamville? Is that Dreamville? So what's the status of Dreamville? Are we?
Everyone's embarrassed.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
And then Drake came back and just
are still
dude.
Dreamville?
And then another Bay Area artist called Simba came out, was like, "You let Boz down. You let Kaz down.
He did say that?
You let the squad down."
Oh,
yeah,
no,
he said
that's
that.
Sick. Oh, that's so sick.
And then Rick Ross is out here dissing Drake.
Oh
he's
no,
saying,
that's irrelevant.
You know, he's saying kind of irrelevant.
I mean, man stole freeway Rick Ross's name. Rick Ross will forever be irrelevant.
But if you
to
see
me.
the cover art,
kind of sick.
Oh, very sick.
Is it Drake?
It's called Champagne Moments.
Oh wow, that's a direct
Drake looking
shot.
like a 1950s fraternity guy.
So funny. He's
just calling him white boy the whole time.
White, yeah.
Hey, and that's it, man. We out of here.
That's it. Until
Trough
next time.
talk.
Peace.
Hey.